Welcome to the Evolving Gold presentation in the AGORACOM Online Gold and Commodities Conference. My name is Robert Bick, and I'm the Executive Chairman of Evolving Gold, and I will be presenting our company to you today, accompanied by our CEO, Dr. Robert Barker, answering questions posed by investors who are watching the presentation at our scheduled time. If you are watching this presentation outside of our scheduled time, please post your questions as we will be checking in over the next couple of days to answer them. Before I begin, I would ask that all of you take the next 10 seconds to review our disclaimer, which you can review at any time by coming back to this slide. Evolving Gold is all about creating value. Right now, we have a major gold discovery in Rattlesnake Hills, Wyoming, which is a stable and mining-friendly location. Evolving Gold is about looking for bulk tonnage, multi-million ounce gold targets. We have just completed an $11 million financing. $10 million of that was on a bought deal basis with National Bank and Scotia. We have strong institutional backing and a retail base that watches us very, very closely. The thing that we are most proud of at Evolving Gold is our management team. Of all the significant assets that we have, I feel that our management team is our strongest asset. Our chief geologist and president is Quentin Hennig, who is what I would call a quintessential explorationist. He is obsessed with finding gold, and he thinks about it approximately 26 hours a day. Quentin came to Evolving Gold with exciting concepts that he was unable to exercise at Newmont and wanted to bring them to Evolving. In fact, the ideas were so exciting and his presentations were so compelling that as soon as he came into the company, we were able to raise approximately $9 million based on his concepts, and approximately 7 months later, we raised another 20, which stood us in very good stead last fall when things were difficult. Quentin recommended bringing in his longtime colleague, Robert Barker, into the company approximately a year ago as CEO, and I was very pleased to give up my position as CEO to Bob. Bob is a guy who has been in the business for 45 years. He's managed exploration programs primarily for Newcrest mining and Homestake mining, and is a very good complement to Quentin. Where Quentin's job is to go out there and find gold, Bob's job is to manage the program, manage Quentin, and to make sure that we're looking ahead. As Bob said when he came into the company, I've seen every cock-up there ever was, and I want to make sure that Evolving Gold doesn't do any of them. So while we have a kind of eccentric explorationist at one end, we've got Bob Barker at the other end of the spectrum, making sure that everything's taken care of, all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. So we have an excellent team, I think one of the very best in the business, and they've done their job well, and in fact, what we have is a very fine discovery. We have 105.5 million shares outstanding, fully diluted, 129. We have warrants outstanding at this point, 10.5 million warrants at $1.50, which come due at the end of February 2010. We have traded as high as $1.94 in the last period, and during the last fall, when everything fell apart, we were as low as 14 cents. Significant institutional shareholders are Pine Tree, Sprott, Tocqueville Gold, Acker Finley, TD Asset Management, and some other players. The institutions have approximately 45% of our shareholding. We completed our $11 million financing on November 24th, and we have approximately $18.5 million in the bank. I'd like to proceed with some of the geological description, and for that, I'm going to pass this over to Dr. Bob Barker.
Thank you, Robert. The focus of our exploration at Evolving Gold has been on our Rattlesnake property in Wyoming. It's a large property, 10,000 acres. We have the option to acquire 100%. We look at this as a major bulk tonnage potential property. In 2008, we drilled a little over 6,500 meters of drilling in 15 holes, 15 core holes. In 2009, we completed 78 additional core holes for just under 30,000 meters. It's an alkalic porphyry system. It's similar in geology to Cripple Creek. Now, Wyoming is an excellent place for mining support. The Fraser Institute recently indicated that Wyoming was number 2 on their list of most favorable properties, second only to Quebec. We have excellent power sources, a strong power grid, and a natural gas pipeline nearby, and we have good highway networks, and we're about 90 minutes from the city of Casper, which is a major supply center in the center of Wyoming. As I indicated, we compare Rattlesnake to Cripple Creek, which is a large alkalic gold system, has a bulk tonnage component, which is currently being mined by Anglo Ashanti. The recovered grade in this open pit operation is about 0.54 grams per ton gold, with a pay limit of about 0.34 grams per ton. This is mining the halo gold mineralization that surrounds the higher grade mineralization that was mined by the old timers, and currently Anglo Ashanti produces about 250 to 275,000 ounces of gold per year at Cripple Creek. Rattlesnake Hills is the alkalic gold system. It's a large bulk mineable target, and within that we have zones of higher grade mineralization, such as 10.8 grams per ton over 67 meters and 2.92 grams per ton over 146 meters. This lies within a large body of halo gold mineralization. All the significant mineralized intervals that were drilled in 2008 averaged just under a gram per ton